behold, the majestic monolake osprey. 13 pairs of these fish-eating raptors nest on tufa towers at this alkaline, fishless sea. An odd place, perhaps, to expect a bird with such a diet. This male is stretching and preening on a low tufa in between hunts to bring fish to his mate and their newly hatched chicks. In the mid-1800s, the first osprey pair tried to nest at Mono Lake. It took a few years to get it right, but they finally established and successfully raised 2 chicks. In the years since, the population of nesting osprey at Mono has risen to 13 pairs. After that first visit, the osprey weighed the options of close food or a moat for nest protection from predators, and protection won, so they commute from their safe nests to the local alpine lakes and streams to catch trout to bring home. As the osprey raise their young, they need to feed each mouth, including their own, about 1.3 pounds of fish a day. I'm not sure why he's making that gulping sound with his mouth. Or actually, he's not making any sound. I wonder if he has something like a fish scale or a bone in his throat that he's trying to clear. He just keeps doing it. Anyway, the osprey travel up to 12 miles from their nest to hunt, but the closest lakes are about 5 miles away. Since they typically catch fish that weigh less than a pound, this can mean totaling more than 50 miles in a day just for food. Back and forth to fish. Osprey are keen hunters. It takes them, on average, about 12 minutes to catch a fish. I know that I do not have that much luck or skill in catching fish. They also can see the fish from really high above the water, and they're able to very quickly, in an instant, calculate how the image of the fish is refracted in the water. So they adjust in their dive where they grab the fish because it looks different than it actually is because of being in water. This male is perched less than 50 feet from his nest, where his mate is sitting on recently hatched chicks. The osprey arrive in Mono Basin around April 7th, after spending their winter along the Gulf Coast in Texas and Mexico, all the way as far down as Argentina and Chile. The first week or 2 back, they fix up their nest by adding sticks and lining. Then they copulate above the nest, and the female lays 1 egg a day, up to 4 in a clutch. The eggs hatch in 36 to 42 days. So, let's say it took this pair 2 weeks after they arrived to lay their first egg, so that would be April 21st. 36 to 42 days later would be May 27th to June 2nd. The babies then take 50 to 55 days to fledge, putting their first flights around late July or early August. He's just preening away. Look at those beautiful striped tail feathers. The female on the nest needs to get up and stretch. She sits on the nest all day and night, with occasional breaks. Sometimes the male helps incubate, but usually only up to about 30% of the time. Oh, it looks like another osprey is flying towards her, so she's vocalizing and ducking. Oh, wow. The male's starting to vocalize from a perch below. Now she's talking a lot. Osprey have several vocalizations and several stances that communicate with other birds. Earlier, she and her mate, ooh, that was a good stretch. Earlier, she and her mate were softly chirping back and forth. when a kayaker got near, she alarm called in a more urgent way. It then had to holler at him to make sure he didn't get too close to the nest, because these osprey are protected, and the rule is that kayakers have to stay 200 yards away from the nest. But a lot of times people don't read the signs and get too close. And you can tell when the osprey are agitated. Now it sounds like she's making solicitation calls. She's dropped her wings low, and she kind of makes a continuous begging noise. It's possible that she's asking the male for food. It also seems like she may be looking down at the chicks. Maybe they're moving around. In a week or two, we should be able to start seeing their fuzzy heads popping up in the base of the nest. But right now, they're not very mobile. Their heads are heavy, so they are just laying on the ground. I wonder how many there are this year. I wish we could be seeing through her eyes. And she keeps her wings open as kind of an umbrella to keep the chicks cool and in the shade on this hot day. It's about 70, 75 degrees. And keeping those chicks cool is a really important task because they can't regulate their own heat now. It'll take them quite a while before they can keep themselves warm at night and cool during the day. She seems agitated. There are a lot of kayakers nearby, but it seems more like she's asking her male for food. And I've been here a while, and he hasn't fed her, so maybe he's being delinquent, taking his time, or not having any luck with fishing. The male's now joined the female, and you can tell there's a size difference between the two. The male is closer to us, yet he seems smaller than the female who's sitting down on the nest. In most raptor species, the female is larger than the male. There are several theories as to why this is. The most popular is because raptors are aggressive and have sharp beaks and talons, so the females may have selected for smaller males because they are safer and cannot overpower or kill the female. Another theory is that females do most of the incubation and the eggs are quite large, where the male needs to be smaller and swifter, more agile to be a successful hunter, to bring food for all of them. You can see she's settled back in, sitting down on the nest. You might notice that she's panting with her mouth open, kind of like a dog. Panting is a way to help cool her down. I can't imagine how hot it gets as a dark brown, almost black-backed bird lying flat with no shade. Panting exposes the moist mucous membranes in her throat and tongue to cooler air, and evaporation draws out heat from her body. It's so amazing to watch these powerful birds. I would sit here all day if I could. I'm glad that I could share this peek into their life with you today. I'll leave the last few minutes with them to just observe.